So I've seen a lot of people talking about how to get the secret weapons in Modern Warfare recently, but no one's actually talking about the AK-12, which I know a lot of people would like to see in this game, but it actually is sort of already in the game. You just need to know how to get it. And that's sort of what I'm going to be doing today, is just a guide on how to get the AK-12, or, well, the closest thing you can get to it in this game. The first thing you're going to want to have done is the Warriors Code mission. If you've already done this or you don't want to do it, then just skip to this time. But for everyone who hasn't done it, it's going to be hard, but I can offer some tips if you do actually want to do it. The first objective is pretty simple. You just need 2 public wins, so you can just play team deathmatch and get them pretty quickly. Second objective, 75 kills. Just use whatever weapon you're best with. Third objective, get 5 headshots in team deathmatch. I would just use SMGs. They have a fast fire rate, easy to get headshots. Objective 4, get 20 kills with equipment. I think the best way to do this is just to go into ground war on Cast River Quarry and just throw grenades everywhere people would be. Or you could play in quick play and just use mines and claymores. For the 5th objective, you just need to capture 20 flags in ground war. Pretty simple. For the 6th one, you probably just want to go and cast River Quarry and use SMGs or shotguns and just try and run up to people and shoot, because that's basically the best way to do it, and it will take a while for this one. The 7th objective is simple, just play Search and Destroy, you'll eventually get the wins. The 8th one I know might be the most annoying for some people, but it is somewhat simple if you just play ground war and use these kill streaks that I've used, which I will admit are lower kill streaks, so if you're usually going to get more kills, you can use the higher ones, but these ones are just more simple for people who think they're going to get less kills. The 40 kills the secondary weapon is pretty simple, it shouldn't be that hard. The only thing you need to note is that you can't use overkill, otherwise it won't count. With the 10 long shot kills, I personally use the MP5 with the 45 ACP rounds because it's an SMG, so it's got shorter range, so there's more distance for you to get long range kills at, and it just has low recoil, so that's the best setup really. Just shorter range guns, but try and get the least recoil. The 5 wins in gunfight is pretty simple, you just need to play gunfight and win. Again, with the public matches, just play team deathmatch because they're shorter game modes. Now, if you've actually got the Steel Curtain skin for the AK after doing the Warriors Code mission, you just need to go down to the AK and create a class, then go to the armory thing to the right of it and select the Steel Curtain. How you want to customize it from here is mostly up to you, but personally, I don't use an underbarrel. And laser, I like to have a laser on even though probably don't need it. You can use the 40 round magazine and it'll be an AK-15, but if you want to make the AK-12 you need to use the 5x45 magazine. And it's best to use a sight that's Russian. I mean, you don't have to, just personal taste. I mean, I like to use the monocle one if I'm being specific. But now that's pretty much the AK-12 right there. In this gameplay in the background you might be wondering why I'm using this camo. Well, it's pretty much just because it makes it look like the one I used in Siege, which I'll be showing that one and 2 other ones from different games now. So now that we've made it, how does it play? Well, the first thing I can tell you is it definitely has a lot more recoil than the regular AK, and it's basically more like an SMG now really, which doesn't work that well because this setup the Steel Curtain gives you has the shorter range rounds, but it has a longer range barrel. And if you don't want to use this barrel, it doesn't really look like an AK-12. I mean, you can take off the sight and the barrel and it'll have much faster ADS, but it won't look very much like an AK-12 compared to this setup, which is sort of a problem. And I think the people who actually made this setup knew that too, because if you look at the art for the gun in the creator class or in the mission, it shows that it has the 5.45 magazine, but if you actually equip it, it has the 7.62 magazine. So I think they changed it like halfway through when they were making it, because they realized that this setup doesn't work very well, because it's just contradicting itself. And I mean, it's fine if you want to use the 40 round magazine, because it's still an AK-15, which is pretty close to an AK-12, and I think it's just more fun to use. I mean, depending on your playstyle. Personally, I play more long range, so it's better for me because it feels more like a strong long range AK rather than this kind of weird gun that's like halfway between it. I mean, that's just the way I play personally anyway. So I think the takeaway from this is that it's a fun gun to use, but it's not the most practical gun. It can be useful in situations, but you're probably just better using the 40 round 7.62 mag or just any other 7.62 magazine, because it's not good for most situations. I mean, who knows? You might be able to use the gun properly using your own setup. I'm not going to judge if it's completely bad or not. I might have been using the wrong setup. I might not just be able to use the gun properly. If you made it this far, congratulations, this is the end of the video. So if you liked it, like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, I don't know, do something else.